Luxury compact crossovers are increasing in sales each year. With many people flocking to these vehicles, Audi's Q5 has been a huge success ever since it debuted in 2009. So let's go ahead and check out this 2017 Audi Q5 and let's take a closer look. Now the Q5 slots in between the smaller Q3 and the larger Q7 when it comes to its luxury, features, and its price. But the Q5 is also one of Audi's oldest vehicles in their model lineup, but it's also one of their most successful vehicles. I still love the styling of the Q5 after being 8 years on the market. It's still pretty stylish with the LED signature daytime running lights, and then you also do get LED tail lights in the rear, and then ours also comes with a beautiful looking chestnut brown leather interior. Now our Q5 is also pretty loaded too. It comes with the Premium Plus package, which comes with a auto dimming rear view mirror, the Audi Smart Key, but they call it the Advanced Key. And then you also do have these pretty good looking 19-inch alloy wheels. It also comes with the technology package, which comes with Audi's MMI interface with navigation. Now this Q5 also has the lava gray pearl exterior color, and you do have Smart Key access on all 4 doors of the vehicle. And like I said, it comes with this beautiful chestnut brown leather interior. You also do have your power driver's seat with power recline and power lumbar. Alright, now stepping on inside of the Q5 here, even though this vehicle hasn't been fully redesigned since 2009, it's still a beautiful looking interior, very stylish with the wood grain interior trim, and I just love the chestnut brown leather here. And the wood grain certainly gives it much more contrast inside of here. Here goes the key fob design. Really nice looking key fob. You have your lock, and then your power tailgate button, unlock, and your panic button. You do a push button ignition, just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. And what you're hearing there is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. You have a full leather wrap steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, you have an 8-speed automatic, called the Tiptronic transmission. You also do have manual shiftability here. And when you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your rear view camera with guidance signs and trajectory. And you also do have an electronic parking brake. Let's go ahead and turn on the lights. And then the hazards. Automatic driver's side window. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the vehicle. Pop the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators. And you also do have blind spot detection. Now the Q5 is one of Audi's best-selling models and one of the best-selling luxury compact crossovers. Coming up front, you have bi-xenon headlights with LED daytime running lights and halogen fog lights. You also do have front parking sensors. Now what most Q5s are going to come with here is this 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, but it's pretty fuel efficient and pretty powerful too. Produces 220 horsepower at 4,450 RPM and 258 pound-feet of torque at 1,500 RPM, with EPA estimates being a pretty respectable 20 in the city and 27 on the highway. You can also go for an upgraded powertrain. You can go for a 3-liter supercharged V6 if you want more power out of the Q5 here. But this 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder should satisfy most people. Total vehicle price for our particular Q5, you're looking at $48,425. EPA estimates, like I said, 20 in the city and 27 on the highway. You also do have roof rails on top. And coming to the rear of the vehicle, you have LED taillights with LED turn signal indicators and dual exhaust tips, as well as rear parking sensors and rear reflectors. rear window wiper with a rear window defroster, and an LED third brake light. Of course, all of your basic powered features, power windows, mirrors, door locks, and memory seat settings for 2 people. Now, interior quality in the Q5 is very competitive in the compact luxury crossover class, and you'll find soft touch materials everywhere inside of this vehicle, like on the armrest, mid door panel, and upper door panel. But what's pretty interesting about this interior is that there's no stitching on the dashboard or no stitching on any of the door panels here. Many vehicles are starting to do that nowadays. That's the new trend. But there's plenty of soft touch materials inside of here, and build quality is excellent. No panel gaps, and it has that German solidity. Everything fits well together. Overall, interior quality is quite impressive in the Q5. Now, coming to the steering wheel design, as you can see, this vehicle is starting to show its age. The steering wheel design is a little dated here, but you do have your controls for your driver information display, and then you also do have your volume controls, navigation, voice recognition. You also do have a manually tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Levers down here. And there's a pretty good range of adjustment, I have to say. Visibility in the Q5 is okay. It's not the best in the class, but it's not the worst either. When you get to the front windows, there's a decent amount of side glass area, and the A-pillars are pretty thin here, and they don't have wide bases, which is nice. And then you also do have your blind spot detection button right here, which is pretty cool. When you get to the windshield, it's pretty easy to see out of the windshield here, and rearward visibility is a little bit compromised due to that sloping roof line and the sleek styling, but you do pay for visibility when you get that sleek styling. Now, you do have your auto dimming rearview mirror and an integrated compass, sunglass container, map lights, and your sunroof. You also do have a panoramic sunroof. Extends all the way to the back, which is nice. Then you have your garage home link up here. .12-volt power outlet. And then down here you'll find your controls for the MMI interface, which I'll get to in just a minute. Then you also do have dual cup holders, and you also do have an okay amount of center console storage, but it is a little small down there. You also do have another 12-volt power outlet, and it is lined with felt. Pretty high quality there. Coming to your climate controls, we do have dual zone automatic climate controls. It's pretty interesting in the way they operate. They're not the most intuitive controls out there, but you have your temperatures right here with the dials, and they have pretty small knobs and buttons. And then if you want to go to fan speeds, you have to press on the fan speed button right here, and then you could change the level with the dial. It's a different kind of operation than most vehicles. You also do have a front window defroster, rear window defroster, and your 3-stage heated seats for the driver and the front passenger. And then right here you also do have your downhill descent control, traction control off, and your parking sensors button. Coming to the infotainment system and the multimedia interface, here we have Audi's MMI interface, and this is their last generation system here. And as you can see, the screen is pretty small for today's standards. A lot of vehicles are going with very wide screens, but coming to your controls are all located down here, and you have the dial with the buttons surrounding it. Now, this is your main menu right here, and this shows you pretty much everything. Coming to the car, there's many different settings that you could change here, many different vehicle settings. You could change the exterior lighting, central locking, your garage door opener. What I do love about the controls here is that you do have a back button, which is very convenient. And then you also do have your driver assistance settings right here, like your speed warning, parking aid, your rain sensor for your rain sensing windshield wipers, then your AC. You could do auto recirculation, servicing and checks, like the tire pressure monitoring, oil level, service intervals. Then you can access your owner's manual from here too if you would like. Coming back to the main menu, you have your telephone. You can hook up your Bluetooth phone, have all your contacts stored on here, and hook up multiple Bluetooth devices, which is nice. Info gives you your traffic info, shows you a list of all the traffic incidents here. Then you have your navigation system, and you can enter in your destination by your points of interest or by voice, or you could do your address book, last destinations, directory. Then you have your online destinations. Let's get to the map. Now the map quality is okay here. We do have live traffic and it does show your points of interest on here, but as you can see, it's getting a little dated here. I rather much prefer Audi's newer navigation system. And then right here you have your media. You can access your different external devices such as your Bluetooth, your USB port, and your auxiliary input, all that good stuff. Then you have your radio. You have AM, FM, and Sirius XM satellite radio. Then the tone, you could change the tone like the DSP for your Bang & Olufsen sound system. One of the best sound systems in the business, by the way. You can also change the bass, treble, and you have your balance and fader. Then you have your Audi Connect. You have to have a SIM card to access that. And then you also do have your SD card slots, 2 of them, and then your SIM card is also located right there for your multimedia. But no one really uses SD cards for your music. Now coming to your gauges and your instrument cluster here. Gauges have a pretty nice looking layout, and the driver information display is okay looking, but don't expect to find anything like a TFT instrument cluster here. But on the left you do have your coolant temperature, your tachometer, and on the right you have your speedometer and your fuel gauge. In the center you'll find various amounts of vehicle information such as your telephone. You could change your audio source. You have your digital clock, and then it shows you the date, and then you have your fuel range. It's a pretty basic system, but it does work fairly well and it's pretty intuitive. Now, as far as the way the Q5 drives, the Q5 is one of the better driving vehicles in the compact luxury crossover class, and it certainly has a pretty good balance between decent ride comfort and good handling. Now, it feels pretty nimble around corners and pretty precise, and the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder certainly provides enough power for the vehicle, but if you want, you can step up to that 3-liter supercharged V6, which provides a lot more power. And the 8-speed automatic transmission shifts pretty well. It shifts smoothly and never hesitates to shift, which is nice. And the Q5 also has a pretty smooth, comfortable ride quality and is pretty quiet at highway speeds. Overall, I think the Q5 is certainly the best driving compact luxury crossover, and it's certainly a lot better driving than the Mercedes-Benz GLC and definitely the Acura RDX. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Let's go and check out the rest of the Q5. Interior quality does follow through in the rear of the Q5. The rear seats also do recline, which is nice. Back here, there's an okay amount of legroom, but there are some vehicles in this class that do have roomier back seats, like the Acura RDX and the BMW X3. But you do have dual map pockets, rear air vents, and then a 12-volt power outlet. And you also do have a rear center armrest with dual cup holders, which is nice. And I love the panoramic sunroof, as it gives it a much more open feel, and it doesn't feel like you're sitting inside of a cave. You also do have rear adjustable headrests. And the seats themselves, while they're quite firm, they're decent for long road trips. I think the Acura RDX has the most comfortable interior and has one of the roomiest interiors. All right. Power tailgate. Now the rear seats also do fold down 60-40 split in the Q5 here. Just pull on these levers right here and they come right down. And many vehicles in this segment do that. But there's a decent amount of cargo space in the Q5 here. And you also do have a cargo cover right here as well. So with its powerful and fuel-efficient engine lineup, its comfortable and luxurious interior, and refined driving dynamics, the 2017 Audi Q5 is still a solid choice in the compact luxury crossover class. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.